And as Joe Biden addressed accusations of sexual assault for the first time this morning, some are disappointed by what they're calling a double standard. One America's Stefan Kleinhenz caught up with the author of the investigative book Justice on Trial that looked into the confirmation process of Brett Kavanaugh to learn more.
I'm joined now by Severino, the author of Justice on Trial, where she looked into the hearings of Brett Kavanaugh. Carrie, your reaction to Joe Biden this morning?
Yeah, I'm glad he's finally willing to come out and make a statement about it. It's been a long time that he's just been allowing surrogates to speak for him, and unfortunately, in many cases, to keep silent for him. So many of the the Democrats who were outspoken during the Kavanaugh confirmation, who said that even a Senate investigation, FBI investigation, that wasn't enough. We needed to know more. They're perfectly happy not to hear anything, even directly from Biden himself. But I think finally the pressure was on. He had to say something. And honestly, the majority of what he said was correct. Yes, there should be due process. Yes, we should respect women and make sure we hear if they have accusations. And yet we also have to look at the facts and find out what is true. I think what we're seeing now is the left getting a taste of its own medicine and realizing, you know what, these decades-old allegations can affect people on both sides of the aisle. How are we going to actually treat these? We should be treating them with understanding and respect, but making sure we're verifying facts. So I don't think we should go full Kavanaugh on Biden, but I would love to hear him and all of the other Democrats who lined up to try to pillory Kavanaugh without any evidence apologize. They should apologize for the circus they created in 2018 during his hearings, and they should apologize to Clarence Thomas for what they did there. We should make sure that we are basing our analysis of these issues on due process and on the rule of law.
Biden was the chairman of the Senate Judiciary Committee during the Anita Hill hearings. Your thoughts on the sort of hypocrisy there between then and now?
Biden was sort of hypocritical on all sides during the Thomas hearings. He was very aggressive and hostile toward Thomas, despite him telling him that, "Oh, I'm going to have your back. I'll be your biggest defender if these allegations come out." He also has been reported to have told his Senate colleagues that he didn't believe Anita Hill, and yet the way he carried on those hearings certainly suggested the opposite. The way that he allowed that to turn into the media circus that it did, rather than figuring out how to maintain the confidentiality of those allegations that would have protected both accuser and accused. That's what was done so ridiculously, both in the Thomas hearings and in the Kavanaugh hearings.
So, Carrie, as people on the right have pointed to the Kavanaugh hearings to show hypocrisy in the way things are being handled now, some people on the left are pointing to accusations of sexual assault against President Trump, saying that he hasn't had to face those accusers and address those accusations. Your reaction to that?
Well, look, there's been a whole lot more discussion. Frankly, even watching, MSNBC this morning, they spent almost more time in the lead up to Biden talking about Trump's allegations than about Biden's allegations. My argument here is we need to look at them consistently across the board. So we don't, go through a litany of accusers that haven't necessarily been proven one way or the other in a court of law on one team and not the other. And I think we have to give everyone the benefit of the doubt on both sides of the aisle. We see repeatedly that benefit of the doubt being given only to one party, and that is if it's a Democrat who's being accused, then we kind of brush it under the rug. We turn the other way, and it shouldn't be. It should be treating them all even-handedly.
Carrie Severino, the author of Justice on Trial, thank you so much for joining us.
Want to see more videos like this? Click on the link below and subscribe to One America News on YouTube. And call your cable provider and kindly demand that One America News is added to your lineup. Call and subscribe today.